The person you're thinking about is experiencing an emotional storm, even if they appear perfectly fine on the outside. They may still smile, go about their daily routine, and act as though nothing is wrong, but internally, they are struggling with emotions they don't quite know how to process. Their decision to withdraw isn't random. There's a deeper reason behind it. They are intentionally creating space between you, hoping to validate their own emotions and prove a point. Instead of directly addressing the issue, they have chosen to pull away, believing that this distance will somehow give them clarity or control over the situation. However, despite their actions, a part of them still longs for connection. They want you to reach out, to show that you still care. But at the same time, they don't want to be the first to break the silence. They may be afraid of rejection, afraid of confrontation, or even afraid of admitting that they might have made a mistake. For some, creating distance is a form of self-protection. They don't want to feel vulnerable, so they put up walls instead. For others, it's a test. They want to see if you will chase after them, proving that you value the connection. This person may be holding on to pride, refusing to be the one to initiate a conversation. In their mind, they believe they are justified in pulling away. They may think, if they really care, they'll reach out first. But the truth is, this kind of emotional standoff only leads to more confusion and heartache. It creates misunderstandings where there should be clarity, distance where there should be closeness. And though they may not say it outright, they are feeling the weight of their own choices. Another key factor influencing their behavior is their inability to let go of certain relationships or friendships that are causing problems in their life. There may be people around them who are influencing their thoughts, creating doubts, or reinforcing the idea that distance is the best option. Even if these external connections are unhealthy, they may feel an emotional attachment that makes it difficult to walk away. Instead of facing the situation head-on, they have chosen to avoid it altogether, choosing silence and separation over honest communication. Deep down, they know that avoiding the truth won't make things better, but they don't know how to fix it either. So, they remain stuck, trapped between their pride and their emotions, unsure of what to do next. At the time they made the decision to withdraw, they were sure of one thing: you would come running after them. Maybe in the past, you were the one who always made the effort to fix things. You were the one who reached out, who apologized first, who tried to bring peace and understanding to the connection. And they assumed this time would be no different. But things have changed. You have changed. You are no longer willing to compromise your own self-worth just to keep someone in your life. You are standing firm in your truth, choosing not to chase after someone who is unwilling to meet you halfway. And now they are feeling the consequences of their own actions. The silence they once controlled is now working against them. They feel the absence of your energy, and it's making them realize just how much they miss you. If they miss you so much, why haven't they reached out? Because they don't want to be blamed. They don't want to admit fault. They don't want to acknowledge that their decision to walk away may not have been the right one. They are waiting for the perfect moment, the moment when they can return without feeling like they have to take full responsibility for what happened. They may even be hoping that time will erase the tension, allowing them to come back without having to explain themselves. But deep down, they know that a real connection requires honesty. They know that if they want things to truly heal, they will have to open up and communicate. Now, the real question is, what should you do? Should you reach out, or should you continue to hold your ground? The answer depends on what feels right to you. If you feel called to extend an olive branch, do so from a place of love, not desperation. Do it because you genuinely want to reconnect, not because you feel pressured or guilty. But if you feel that they need to be the one to take action, honor that. You have every right to expect effort from them, especially if you've always been the one to fix things in the past. No matter what you decide, trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. You are being guided toward what is best for your highest good, even if it doesn't seem that way right now. This person is carrying a heavy emotional burden, even if they don't show it. They may try to act as though everything is fine, but inside, they are struggling with confusion, regret, and longing. They miss you. They want to come back, but they are also fighting their own ego, their own fears, their own need to be right. The question is, will they choose pride over love? For now, let things unfold naturally. Focus on your own healing, your own growth, your own happiness. The right people will always find their way back into your life, not because you chased them, but because they realized your value and chose to return on their own. You are worthy of a love that is open, honest, and willing to grow. Never forget that. Sending you light, clarity, and strength. There comes a moment when you realize you've had enough. Enough of waiting. Enough of feeling like an afterthought. Enough of wondering if you truly matter to someone who keeps you in limbo. Whether they've made you feel left out or simply not a priority, the truth is now undeniable. You can no longer ignore the way their actions make you feel. In the past, you adjusted. You gave them space. You tried to be understanding, hoping they would recognize your patience and step up. You told yourself that things would change, that the distance was temporary, and that eventually they would see what was right in front of them. But this time, something feels different. This time, you're not willing to accept being treated as someone they can't make up their mind about. You are not an option. You are not a convenience. And you will not remain in a space where uncertainty clouds your peace. Even though you miss them, even though the memories still tug at your heart, you refuse to be kept waiting in the unknown. You know your worth. You know what you bring to the table. And most importantly, you know that love should never be a guessing game. What you don't see is the battle they're fighting within themselves. The thought of reconnecting with you isn't simple for them. It's overwhelming. The emotional bond you once shared feels like home to them, warm and familiar. It's a connection that runs deep, one they cannot simply erase or replace. But instead of fighting for the love that still lingers between you, they find themselves paralyzed, trapped between what they feel in their heart and the fears that consume their mind. They want to reach out to express what they've held back for so long, but fear stops them. Fear of rejection, fear of vulnerability, fear of facing the truth of their mistakes. And beyond their own internal battle, external forces complicate things even more. Family, friends, and personal circumstances all add weight to their hesitation. They are not only wrestling with their own emotions, but also with the expectations and opinions of those around them. But despite the noise, despite the excuses, despite the uncertainty, one thing is clear to them. You are slipping away. They can feel your energy shifting. They can sense that you are no longer waiting in the same way you once did. And that realization shakes them. The burden of responsibility to reconnect with you grows heavier by the day. The connection between you is profound, undeniable, but it also demands accountability. And deep down, they know that if they truly want to return, they must come forward with honesty, clarity, and effort. But here's the problem. They've grown used to you being the one who reaches out first. They've grown comfortable with the idea that no matter how much time passes, you'll still be there, waiting, ready to welcome them back. And now that you've chosen to step back, to no longer pursue, to no longer chase, they find themselves overwhelmed with stress. They know they can't come back with empty words or half-hearted gestures. They know that you will no longer tolerate indecisiveness, inconsistency, or excuses. This truth keeps them up at night. They wrestle with the weight of making things right or walking away entirely. But the more they try to ignore the situation, the more their heart aches for the connection they once had with you. So, where does this leave you? Patience is a virtue, but it should never mean putting your life on hold for someone who can't decide whether they value you. You deserve love that is certain. You deserve effort that is consistent. And you deserve to be chosen, not as an afterthought, not as a second choice, but as a priority. That doesn't mean you have to close the door forever, but it does mean that you should allow them the space to show you, through their actions, not just their words, who they truly are. Pay attention to what is unspoken. Silence often holds the answers we seek. Are they making an effort? Are they willing to step up and meet you where you deserve to be met? Or are they hoping that you'll break down and chase them once again? This moment is not just about them. It's about you. It's about your healing, your peace, and your ability to recognize when it's time to stop waiting and start living. If they truly want to be in your life, they will make a way. If they don't, they will make excuses. Trust in what is meant for you. What aligns with your soul will never require you to beg for it to stay. Take what resonates from this message and leave the rest. Your journey is unique, and only you know what truly feels right in your heart. But remember this: love should bring clarity, not confusion. It should feel safe, not uncertain. It should be chosen, not questioned. Thank you for allowing me to share this moment with you. I appreciate your time, your energy, and your willingness to reflect. I look forward to connecting with you in the next message. Until then, take care of your heart, stay strong, and trust that the right love, the love that is meant for you, will find its way. See you soon.